Perfect. All right. We can see and hear you. You look great.
I'm a little nervous, but I the situation I'm talking about today started about 2 years ago. Um, I was diagnosed with long COVID, and I had in 2012 I had been diagnosed with breast cancer. Part of what I was going through with long COVID was I was losing my eyesight, my left eye, double vision, and I started with my regular eye ophthalmologist, and he said I needed to get rid of the cataracts and followed his advice and did that. I had no symptoms of cataracts, but he'd been telling me for a couple years we're watching them. So after the cataract surgery, I kept getting worse double vision, and then I was having challenges with my night vision, which I didn't before the surgery. And so I was grasping at straws for help. Did a whole lot of things that was recommended to me, but I am in the natural health world. I'll get into that some other time, but different people, friends, recommended different things. And then I found out about WAVwatch. Well, I started to put together a timeline this morning when I heard you were gonna do this, but I'm not totally ready for it. But several months ago, I got my WAVwatch and I just started experimenting with it because I tried going online, and I can't be on. I'm so limited on screen time that I just I'm gonna okay. Anyway, so I just on my own experiment, and finally I started feeling some results, although I was really detoxing way too much and ended up with Alzheimer's. So eventually I found this that you were doing this on Wednesdays and started listening and found out about the 30 possible tones. And by the way, when my first diagnosis in 2012, I had a Rife machine and was using it and cleared cancer. Let's start with what I know real recently. I couldn't find a doctor that would deal with this eye business. I finally found one. I'd been to three neurologists. And anyway, I finally found one, still working with my WAVwatch, or at the beginning of the WAVwatch. And he sent me for another MRI. This time just focusing on this part. They did 300 images of my eye socket and my head. I was in the MRI machine for an hour and 20 minutes. And anyway, they decided after that I needed a biopsy. They did the biopsy. They cut from here to here underneath my lower eyelid along this eye socket bone. And the doctor took a biopsy there and sent it in. The radiologist, when he came in to discharge me, I should tell you this. He said, it felt more and looked more like scar tissue to me. Okay. Moving forward, we got the radiologist's report, and it was breast cancer of the eye. Big alarms went off. Now I was using the WAVwatch, you see. Then I had something to focus on. I knew it was breast cancer, eye, and I started putting that together and just poured it on, knew I couldn't hurt myself. I took out a lot of things I was doing so it wouldn't interfere with the sounds that I needed. So I kind of cleansed the sounds out too, and just focused on that. That was March. See, March 4th, I had the biopsy. March 9th was the breast cancer of the eye. April 4th, April 9th, I cleaned that, sorry. April 23rd, they were doing a PET scan because he said the least I could expect would be to lose my left eye. It would have to go. I asked him if he had an outlet for Phantom of the Opera masks. I mean, that's my sense of humor normally. I'm a little nervous right now. He was explaining some of the other things that could happen. So went for the PET scan last Tuesday. Thursday, the radiologist said there was no cancer. Yep. That's why I'm having trouble delivering the story. I hope you give me another chance to do a remake.
Oh, no, that was perfect.
I knew this was going to be amazing.
Thursday. This is just last Thursday. I found out that there's no cancer. Of the 300 images of my brain and eye socket, there was cancer. The PET scan, which is much deeper if you know the differences, and they did a CT scan at the same time. And from Tuesday to Thursday, I had to wait because I had no idea. And Thursday, zero cancer. Now I say, this is a great scientific discovery. On the other hand, I praise God for all the fact that everything he created has frequency, and there's no denying it. Every living thing has a frequency. And this just brings it down. My Rife machine, I couldn't go more than 20 feet. This was a miracle. This is a miracle in itself. And I'd just like make a story of how I got it and how I found it in the track that it put me on to find you folks. I love you. I just love you. Thank you.
Well, we can tell we love you also. And we're not trying to say that this is a claim or anything. This is a testimony of what happened to one person, you know.
Yes.
So
Mhm.
lovely,
You can
amazing.
tell
Making me cry.
I still need something. I don't know what it is. I would hope that at some point Linda and I could talk and maybe
Sure.
get a actual program for what we don't know what it is. But there's scar tissue, Linda.
Yes,
And
I have
that's-
been looking for a scar tissue one. I haven't found anything, but don't forget in the restoration folder within skin, there is cellular restoration, RNA restoration, DNA, and that's in skin.
Yep. Okay. I did
Hopefully
use
that
a
would be
few of those, but then I cleaned them out because I was focusing. Yeah.
okay. I put those back in wound healing.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Oh, amazing. Thank you so much.
You're blessed.
You're precious.